In this session, we are going to learn how we can download and install Liferay on a Linux machine. So right now I have a server and the hostname of this server is itpanther02 and the username is Liferay and current present working directory is /home/Liferay. And if I do ls-lt, you can see that there is no directory or folder right now in this directory. Okay, so now in order to download and successfully install Liferay, we need two things. One is JDK and the other thing is Liferay software. So we can go to Chrome browser and here first thing we can search for download JDK 1.8, and once you search for it, you should be able to see oracle.com. That should be the first, usually that should be the first URL. So you can click there and it is going to take you to oracle.com/java. And from here you need to scroll down and then you should be able to see Linux x86 compressed archive. Or again, if you are on 64-bit version, you can download Linux x64 compressed archive. So I'm going to download this one and click on here. So again, remember, once you click on this link, the software is going to get downloaded on this machine. If you want the software to be directly downloaded on this server, you can do that as well by using wget command. So I will show you. So if I click here, I also need to again accept the agreement. So after that, click on download JDK and then you should see that downloading has started. Now you can see here. I'm going to click on cancel because I don't want software to be downloaded on this Windows machine and then I don't want to move it to Linux. However, in your case, if you do not have internet available on this Linux machine, in that case you will need to download the software on this Windows machine, and that using WinSCP you can transfer the downloaded software to this machine. Okay, that's one way. Now here, if I go on Chrome settings and then go to downloads. In the downloads, I should be able to see the software which we were trying to download. Okay, so we cancel it. However, from here you can see the complete URL from where the software was getting downloaded. Now here I can right click and click on copy link address. And now here on the server I can type wget space and the complete URL. Okay, this is going to download JDK here. One more thing is, after wget we can type space -o. This is going to be the name of your output file. Okay, so output file name I'm going to change it to JDK, this complete name. So that's why I have copied and pasted this name. Okay, so now you see the command is wget space -o, and O is in caps, then space, and this is the name which I want output name to be, and after that space and then the complete URL which we have copied. Hit enter and it should start downloading the software. Okay, now if I do ls-lt, we can see that software is available here. So this is the compressed version. We need to extract this, and the command for that is tar space zxf space name of the file. So I have just copy pasted the same name and hit enter. It is going to take few seconds and then it will extract a JDK. Okay, now it is finished. Let's do ls space -lt, and now you can see we have a folder which is called JDK 1.8.0_251. So the name might be different depending on the JDK version which you have installed or downloaded rather. And then we are going to go inside this folder and do ls-lt again. So this is the structure which you are going to see. Okay, so from this path, if you do pwd present working directory, so whatever directory which you see, that is called Java home directory. Okay, so now when we download and after that when we run Liferay, we will also be setting Java home directory, and in the Java home, this is the path which we are going to provide. Okay, so now we can go ahead and start downloading Liferay. So in order to download Liferay, we need to go to liferay.com/downloads-community, and then here you can select bundle with Tomcat tar.gz. Again, if I click on download, software is going to get downloaded here on this machine, and then using WinSCP you can move the software to this machine. However, in my case, I will just click on download and I will copy the address from the address bar, and then I will just go to this server and type wget space the complete address which we have just copied. And again, after wget, I will give space and also do -o, and here we will give the name of the software. So we can just type Liferay. I will copy paste this name. Okay, so this is the name which is going to be given to the file which is downloaded. Okay, this will be the name given, and then this is the complete URL from where the software is going to get downloaded. So after that, hit enter and downloading will start. And again, on this machine I'm just going to cancel this. I don't need software to be here. Now if we do ls-lt, we can see Liferay is downloaded. One mistake which we did is that we downloaded the software on inside JDK directory. So we can just move the software to one level back. So I'm going to use mb command and then going to copy this software and then give ... So what this will do is it will move this file to /home/Liferay. Okay, so hit enter, and after that if we do ls-lt, we should not see Liferay file here. So if we go one level back, which is cd space ... and if we do ls-lt now, we can see Liferay software is here. Again, this is the compressed format, so we need to extract it. So we need to use tar space zxf, and then we can provide this complete file name. Again, it will take couple of minutes and it has been extracted now. If we do ls-lt, we can see Liferay-ce-portal. Okay, the one which is shown in blue color, this is the one which is extracted version. Now the compressed one we can remove, so I'm just going to do rm-f. This step is optional. If you don't want to remove it, you can probably take a backup of this and keep on some other directory. In my case, I'm just going to remove these, and this is the JDK compressed format, so I'm just going to remove this as well. And if I do ls-lt now, we have JDK and we have Liferay. So these are the two things which are prerequisites in order to install Liferay. So we have both of them. Now again, I'm going to go to cd space JDK, and here I will do pwd, and this is the complete path which I will copy, and then I'm going to go one level back and we will move to Liferay directory. And here if you do ls-lt, you can see this is the structure which you have. So you have Tomcat and there are some other important directories. So here, in order to set up Liferay, we need to go inside Tomcat directory and do ls space lt, and here we can see we have bin directory, so we need to go inside bin directory, and if we do ls-lt, we can see lots of startup things. So the one which we need to run is startup.sh, but before that, in the set env.sh, okay, this is the file where you can set environment variables. So inside this, I'll be setting the path of Java home directory. So again, remember our Java home directory is this one. So just make sure you copy the correct Java home directory, and I'm going to open set env .sh in VI editor. Okay, this is the file which I am editing. Inside this we need to add one more line, which is java_home equal to, and here we need to provide the Java home directory path. So if you remember, this is the one which is our Java home directory, and then we can save it and exit. And now we can do sh startup.sh and start. Okay, hit enter and it should be able to start Liferay. Okay, so now we can see it is saying Tomcat is started. So we can go one level back, and here if we do ls-lt, we should be able to see logs directory. So we can go inside logs directory, and here we should be able to see logs. Okay, so here you can check status of catalina.out. So I'm going to do tail-f catalina.out, and this is going to tell you the status of what is going on in terms of Liferay installation. So right now we can see Liferay is starting up, and here you can read a line which is saying Liferay is configured to use Hypersonic database. So by default Liferay is embedded with Hypersonic database. So this database is good if you are working in a non-production environment, and if you are working on a production environment, you should change this database to MySQL database, okay, or any other database. Other things you can notice here is that there are many Liferay bundles. So all those bundles are being started, and now you can see this Liferay. Okay, so this is a good indication that Liferay is being started. But you can see that themes are being, so these are the default themes which are being deployed, and after this Liferay should be able to quickly start. Okay, in the meantime, I'm just going to right click here and go to new session, and the IP address of this server is this one. So I'm just going to copy the IP address, and then we can go to Chrome browser, and here in the new tab you can type the IP address, and the port is 8080. This is the default port on which Liferay works on. So after Liferay is successfully installed, you can go ahead and type this URL and hit enter, and it should be able to start Liferay. Okay, so now we can see Liferay has successfully loaded. Okay, this is what you are going to see when Liferay is launching for the first time. And again, here we can see in the logs, okay, that we have received this message that Catalina server startup. So that's how we know that Liferay is successfully started up. Now I can come out of this and by pressing Ctrl C, and now again I'm on this path. Okay, so right now we don't need to do much of the things here. We can now configure Liferay from here. So this is the default portal name, so I'm going to change it to IT Panther. That is what the name of my website is going to be, and in the first name I'm going to give admin, and default language, if you want to change the language you can change it. In this case I'm just going to keep it English United States, and in the last name I'm going to give IT Panther again, and here in the email ID I'm going to give admin@itpanther.com. okay, and again in the time zone you can select the time zone on which you are on. So in my case I'm on UTC +7, and please notice one important message here. Again, here you see a kind of warning you can say, or a suggestion which is saying that right now it is using default database which is Hypersonic. So we must be changing this database if we are working in a production environment. So if you want to change the database, you can click here on change, and then you will be able to see other options where you can provide or you can select other databases which can be either MariaDB, MySQL or PostgreSQL. So in this case, I'm just going to go ahead with Hypersonic. So I will click on use default database and then I will click on finish configuration. Notice here we have not provided any password. So the default password is going to be test. Here again, if you want to change the language, you can change and read the terms of use. In this case, just going to click on I agree. This is a default page which comes. And here you can change the password. If you don't change the password and you just close this and you open it again, next time you need to sign in, and in that case the password is going to be test. Okay, so here I'm going to change the password and I'm going to provide the new password. Okay, and here we need to set one question, so I'm just going to set up the question. What's the name of your website? And here I'm going to give itpanther.com. Okay, this is the question which we would be needing to answer if we lose our password and if we want to recover the password. Okay, so click on save. And now we should be able to successfully see Liferay homepage. Okay, so now we can see we are logged in and we can also see default Liferay homepage. Okay, so this is how Liferay is going to look like once you install it. And here you can see this menu. If you click on menu on the left side, there are lots of options which are going to appear. So we are going to use these options in order to configure our website. And on the right side, you can see we have simulation. So if you click on simulation, you can adjust the screen size. So this is how it is going to look like if you are on desktop. If you want to see how this website is going to look like if you use it on a tablet, then you can select tablet from here. And this is how it is going to look like if you are on a mobile device. And if you have any requirement of checking your website on a custom height and width, you can change it here and then you'll be able to see how the website is going to look like on that custom height and width. Okay, so we can close this and we are back to this home screen.